had to get right so I didn't get left. Oh shit, I forgot something. So I decided to make another video that I found to be a little bit interesting. I'm going to put it out there because I want to see if other people feel the same way. So the reason I am dressed as an accurate portrayal of a Hermione shipper who actively writes fanfiction on her off time, which I actually do, is because I wanted to talk today about the things that I will never forgive the Harry Potter films for. I just want to preface this. I understand completely that I am a Harry Potter book 7 virgin, because again, if I read the 7th book, it's going to be over. However, I do intend on going on this journey eventually, and I'll explain why later. I did watch the 7th film, and I have been spoiled rotten as far as the 7th book goes. I've spoiled myself by like looking on Harry Potter Wiki and stuff like that. So I decided to make a video of things that I will never forgive the Harry Potter films for, strictly because I like complaining about things. It's a part of my aesthetic. Guys, can you please stop? It's okay, guys. It's okay. It's just filming time. It's not big. Do you want to come up and see me? Okay, hang on.
It's okay, baby. We'll do some videos together.
So here's my list of complaints, which River and I will walk you through. My number one complaint that has been active for like years is the fact that Peeves was not included in the final production. And the reason this was a problem for me was because you can tell that he really helped in the final battle. I remember reading that he had thrown down like these pods that exploded and trapped the Death Eaters. So not just that, but he also kicked Umbridge out. He was a minor part, yes, but I just also really enjoyed him. I remember reading somewhere that Peeves was supposed to be included, but the problem was that the kids kept laughing too much at his character. So they just decided to kind of discard him. And I was like, why would you do that? Like, just green screen him in. Why not just have, oh, hi, baby. And granted, other people are going to come at me in the comments and be like, well, what about X, Y, and Z? And I'm going to be like, that's valid too. But I wanted Peeves because I really appealed to him. He was a trickster. He was very hilarious. He used to just make fun of people. That was really my jam. Hi, baby. Oh, hi, baby. So number 2 is something that I sort of heard about, but never actually read the scene for, because this is in the 7th book. I heard about this from one of my friends. By the way, my friend is actually, she's on Instagram, and she actually, if any of you are interested, she talks a lot about B-rated zombie films, zombie books. I'm actually going to be doing a podcast eventually with her. The Girl with All the Zombies. It's all one word. One of the things that she mentioned was Molly's fight against the Death Eaters and with Bellatrix, and how the floor was practically cracking beneath her because of how much power she actually had. And I felt like this was a grossly missed opportunity to really display the power of motherhood and how you don't need to come off as, ooh, I fight, in order to be a strong fighter. Molly was always very caring, very firm, yet strong, yet subtle, yet sweet. And she had this grand mama bear attitude that I would have really loved to see come out. Number 3 that I had in mind was, again from book 7, I would have loved to see Luna's mural. For those of you who don't know, it was a very brief yet very beautiful segment in the 7th book. I read the actual segment from that book. It was probably one of the most beautiful things I had ever read. It basically describes Harry and Ron and Hermione going to visit Luna's father. In the book, they go into Luna's room. On the ceiling is just this beautiful mural of portraits of them, and in between each and every one of them it just says in cursive, friends, friends, friends. In this moment, Harry discovers just how much genuine affection he has for Luna and how precious of a person she is. I felt like that did Luna's character development in the films a great disservice, especially in a war-torn world. It just reminds you that friends still exist, even if it was just like 2 minutes of him just looking up at this beautiful mural and just smiling. And it would have been perfect. Number 4, Dumbledore having absolutely no chill in the Goblet of Fire. In the books, Dumbledore asked Harry Potter very calmly, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Did you ask one of the other students to do it for you? But in the movie, he practically like lunged at Harry and cornered him. Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? I got serious whiplash. Just, hi baby. I feel like that one's kind of been done to death, but it is a major complaint because it was so out of character for him that we just didn't buy it. So number 5, and this is kind of a technical complaint. I just wish they would have included this at least once. In the first book, I remember reading this, you kind of had to tickle the doors and so forth. Like some of them you had to like tickle with feathers in order to get them to open in Hogwarts. And it's such a minuscule detail that I feel like they still could have done it and gotten away with it without taking up any time. So number 6, and this is actually a complaint from the girl with all the zombies. Again, go check out her Instagram. She's hilarious and she's awesome. One of her complaints was Nick's death day party. Now I vaguely remember Nick's death day party. It was relatively minor, I guess, to the whole, and I know they can't include everything. I do really wish that Nick's death day party had been included. It was very telling for the ghosts of Hogwarts and how Nick was treated. Moving on to number 7. This is again another minor complaint. The vampires. They were very unique creatures and they were never shown once throughout the films. Oh hi baby. I felt like they could have easily included them without taking too much out because I remember, I think it was Slughorn's party. I think there was a vampire there and he was very well described and he was gaunt and he was very scary and I was like, I want to see him, and then I never saw him. I can't remember if it was the 6th book. They all kind of muddled together for me a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Did you want back down or did you just want to squirm around a bit?
Okay. This is actually something that isn't number 8, but I'm going to include it as number 8 because it is a very important thing that I am so upset they never included, and that is Andromeda. As you can tell, I'm a huge Slytherin supporter. I read up on her character. I did my research on this prior to making this video and like a long time ago. When I read up on Andromeda, I was so pissed that they never included her in the films because she was the prime example that not all Slytherins are bad. She defied her family to marry a Hufflepuff Muggleborn. She ran her own safe house. She defended Harry Potter. She did so much. Andromeda sounded like a fantastic character. She was ambitious enough to defy everything to get what she wanted. So that's not number 8, but it damn well should be number 8 because Andromeda was amazing. Prove me wrong. Number 9, Lucius and Narcissa screaming for their son and running basically off the battlefield to go and find him. It showed me where their values truly were. And Lucius, though I may despise his character in a subjective standpoint, I can't really back him morally speaking, but from an objective point of view, it made him a very intriguing character. It showed that he wasn't black and white, and neither was Narcissa. I felt like that was such a telling thing for their characters, and they never once showed it. You can't show the villains caring about their family. That makes them less villainy. It's so stupid. I would rather read about a villain that donates to a charity than just a villain who's bad because they just want to be bad. So number 10, this is a pretty contradictory one considering how I feel about this character. Ron not actually being dumb. Ron actually was not dumb. If you read the first few books and then you watch the first few movies, you'll realize that Hermione actually has most of his lines in the films. And that really irritated me because it took away from Ron's character. He wasn't supposed to be a bumbling idiot. But I hated Ron as a character. I felt like he started off strong and then progressively weakened throughout the books. The next complaint that I had was Ron not freaking out when Hermione was being tortured. If you really want to build up a relationship on two characters that really have nothing in common, you need to establish that bond. In the 7th book, when Hermione was being tortured, Ron was practically climbing the walls. That's how disturbed he was from hearing Hermione's screams. Why did they not portray that if they were planning on getting them together? He was just, oh, we gotta get her out of there. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Why are you not freaking out? This is clearly a girl you're interested in. This makes no sense to me. My next point was Harry not being portrayed as the bully he was in book 6. There's a couple of instances where he's kind of practicing the spells that he learned from the Half-Blood Prince on unsuspecting people. I never really hated Filch. I just kind of really felt bad for him. He's a squib. He works in this magical school where all these people are learning how to do magic. How much flack do you think he always got for being a squib? That fucking sucks. Naturally, you're gonna become a little bit sour. Granted, he's a little bit of an asshole, but that does not qualify him becoming a test subject for Harry Potter spells. But Harry always resented the fact that his dad was a bully. He tormented Snape for like no apparent reason other than the fact that Snape didn't act and look like everybody else. Harry resented that. He becomes that bully. This would have been a fantastic portrayal of how the hero can kind of fall. And I even feel like it wasn't represented well enough in the 6th book, even though the 6th book is my favorite in the whole series. If the attention had been drawn to it properly, then this could have been a really, really good piece to add in. I had another thing that I was thinking of while I was saying these things, and I can't remember what they were now. I guess I'll write it off here. I'm gonna remember it when I stop filming, I know that much. So here is your chance to gripe with me. If you have any complaints about the films and what they didn't include from the book, just drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I have links for my Instagram and my Twitter below. Also, I would like to add a little addendum to this because I wanted to talk very briefly about my plans for upcoming videos and all that stuff. The reason I'm doing a Harry Potter theme is because, long story short, I'm recording myself reading Harry Potter as like a sort of audiobook format for my best friend. She has not read, I think, the last 2 books. I offered to record myself reading the Harry Potter books so that she could sort of dive back into that world with me and have some fun. And I figured it would be great because then I could do Harry Potter book reviews, revisit the series. I can look back on them fondly and, you know, pick them apart like I always do with everything else. That's going to be a very slow working project. My Harry Potter reviews will come very infrequently. If you want to know more, just stay tuned. I'm going to be uploading a new video every week. I don't have set days for when I can upload videos. That's where my inconsistency comes in. I am working a part-time job. I don't have a set schedule. I pretty much post whenever I can. So yeah, if you guys want to know more, you can hit the subscription button and ring that bell. Baby, ring my bell. If anybody who knows me or works with me sees me tomorrow, don't look me in the eyes.
Hi, baby. Do you want to come here and say goodbye to everybody? Come here. Do you want to say goodbye to everybody?
Like, comment, and subscribe if you really liked River's cameos. She's probably one of the most chill dogs I've ever met. Oh, hi, baby. Hi. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh my gosh. I still want to hear your complaints about what was left out from the films that you really wish was included. If you guys have any other discussions to bring to the forefront, by all means, feel free. I'll see you guys next time.
Okay, say bye, baby. Bye.